Hi YouTube. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the steps you need to take if you are moving to another country. I am moving to France at the end of the summer. I'm American, and so there are definitely some things you need to do to prepare. First thing would be your passport. Make sure it is current. You definitely don't want to get to customs and have an expired or outdated passport. So that's pretty important. Along with that, any other documents you may need might include health insurance forms as well as pertaining to like work and employment. Those things do not apply to me in particular because I will be actually getting married when I go and I can get on my partner's health insurance, and I don't have any kids to worry about. It's just me as an independent. And as far as work goes, I'm self-employed. That I'll go over is the ticket itself. Not everyone may think about this, but the time that you get it, it's really going to make a difference. The first time that I went, I actually got a round trip ticket for between $1,200 and $1,300, and I was there for 25 days. This time, since I got it, I think 5 months in advance, I actually spent half the money on a one-way ticket. For those of you that travel, you know that one-way tickets are, for whatever reason, usually more expensive than round trip when it comes to international. For the US domestic flights, that doesn't apply. But yeah, I only spent $700. I have my first flight going in Amsterdam. That was $500, and then from Amsterdam getting into where I'm going to be living in France, $200. I really wish I would have done it that way the first time around, but you live and you learn. So if you've got all your documentation, if you've got your ticket, obviously that's important. What are you going to do about your stuff? Personally, I am really looking forward to kind of living with less and experiencing more. So this move, as I do with every move, I'm using as just kind of a purging time, and eBay has been my very good friend for the past couple months now. Again, that's just money going towards my move, so I'm definitely going to be putting stuff on there all throughout the summer. You also have Craigslist and, different sites like that in terms of just getting rid of or donating your stuff. And when things don't sell, of course, you can donate to Goodwill and whatnot. But you probably do want to send some stuff over. There are multiple services. I have looked into so many. I actually couldn't even begin to recite all those. If you literally just Google like international luggage, there will be one that comes up. And I think this is the service I'm going to use. Of course, if you have like lighter boxes, you can just straight up go with FedEx, UPS, or even USPS, which I'll probably do USPS for like a little smaller one. That'll be the end, my summer clothes. But for my box of winter clothes, and then I have one box of just kitchen stuff, my partner actually doesn't have anything for that, but of course we will be buying a lot of that stuff there. But yeah, I'm going to be using this one. Now, like I said, there are just a ton of international movers, so definitely check them all out. You have to get your weights, make a list, write down all the prices, and then pick the cheapest yet most reliable one. You might want to get some insurance depending on what it is, whatever. And then, of course, preparing for the departure itself. I have a photo album that I'm not going to be sending. I'm just going to put it in my carry-on luggage. I'm going to have just overhead and then under the seat. That's what I'd like to do anyway. I'm not going to check any bags this time. When I checked last time, it just ended up being more of a hassle for me. So yeah, Getting to friends and family and notifying them, I personally do not think a going away party is required. In my case, I'm going to be coming back and visiting for a month next summer. I'm just letting people know one-on-one. That's personally how I like to do things to begin with. I don't really like large groups. So I'm not going to throw a party. But one thing I'm doing is making little business type cards that's going to have my Skype, my email, and any other information, you know, that I want loved ones to have. So that's pretty important. Make sure people have means of getting a hold of you. You may be getting a cell phone, you know, a new plan when you move. I personally don't really care for one. I'm not going to have one the first year that I'm there. I just don't really feel it'll be a necessity for me, seeing as I'll have my laptop. But yeah, make sure people know how to get in touch with you. It's going to be really important. You know, along with like when I'm sending stuff, the reason my kitchen stuff, you know, only like half of it is coming with me, I want to be surrounded by things that remind me of home, so this experience isn't completely foreign and just shocking as hell to me. So, you know, I told my partner that, and he's like, yeah, of course, we'll buy the bigger stuff, and you can go ahead and just send your, you know, I have like a favorite mug, just some plates, bowls, different utensils. Like, the box probably isn't gonna weigh more than like 20 pounds. So that's why I'm sending those things. There'll be a lot to go through, so definitely give yourself enough time. Like, I have 3 months, so I think I'll be pretty solid. But yeah, especially if you have children and you need to also provide forms for their health insurance coverage and education, I'm sure you have to get something for them in that aspect. Sorry. Just time. Time is your friend. And there are so many sites out there. There's some great blogs too that I'll have listed in the description box that may go into more detail. Last thing before I go, I just want to say you may want to look up certain American items they're not going to have where you live. Peanut butter, for example, is really, for whatever reason, uncommon in Europe. I didn't see it at all when I was in France for a month. And yeah, my partner has never really had peanut butter. That's a staple for me. So I might just be putting a little, you know, thing of peanut butter in my luggage, or have that sent over, whatever. I mean, those are sealed. I'm not worried. Things like that. Check it out. Pop-Tarts. I've seen people doing that too. So yeah, you want all those things with you. Especially when you won't be able to find them. And I think that's a pretty good, just like a general layout of what you're going to be getting into. And keep in mind, each country has different restrictions, you know, regulations about what you will need. My boyfriend is French, Egyptian, and yeah, we plan on traveling, well, all over the world, but focusing on Europe for probably the next 4 years. By that point, he'll hopefully have his PhD, and then we will just carry on happily ever after. Thank you for watching. Peace out, Girl Scouts.